What's up, you guys? Welcome back to this week's Manga Sutra Manga review, and in this week's video we're going to be talking about a martial arts seinen sports manga called Black Box. Now, Black Box is from the same creator of Tetsuwan Girl, Tsutomu Takahashi. Now, the manga starts off with our main character Ishida Ryoga being interviewed by a reporter named Kimura. Now, Kimura asks Ishida if he has a girlfriend and does he believe in love, to which he responds that Kimura is a thought and that she smells of sex, and he will never give girls the time of day until he's the professional boxing champion. Now, Kimura walks away from this interview saying that no matter how talented or great Ishida is as a boxer, she will never respect him. Now, I think that Ishida gets a very bad rep because he's portrayed as this cold and disrespectful young man, when the fact of the matter is he has laser focus on becoming the professional boxing champion, and he's not willing to let anything get in the way of that. And as we see in his social interactions with other people, he speaks his mind. He's very straightforward. He doesn't beat around the bush, and that bluntness can often come off as rudeness to other people. And we see as well, in my personal opinion, that this hardness that he superficially gives off is the result of coming from a family of murderers. Because as we've learned from the magazine article, his father and his brother were both arrested for murders. And the general opinion is that he is also suspected of murder because he was there when his brother was arrested. He carries this with him throughout the next few chapters, and as we can see, it's something that he can't seem to avoid. But for all of this coldness and hardness that he seems to give off, he cares genuinely for his father, and he cares for his father's honor and his fighting record. He went so far as to run all the way to the magazine company headquarters and personally berate Kimura herself for giving inaccurate information about his father's fighting record, saying that he would not forgive her. We see as well in the fights going forward that he asks for his father's advice. He asks his father for tips, and his father even weighed in on his debut fight. So we see that his relationship with his father is very strong one, that he looks up to his father, he cares for his father. And we can see that the people around him also care about him. We see that there's the girl who is at the boxing place. She cooks the meals, she also helps him with sparring, but she also is concerned for his well-being, concerned about his skills, concerned about how he's training. And we see that the old man as well is also doing the same thing. He even went out of his way to personally pay for instructions for Ishida, that he personally went out of his way to help Ishida, that he personally went out of his way for Ishida's father to take care of Ishida. And these are no small things. We see that Ishida has his own personal little close-knit circle of support. And no matter how cold or disrespectful that he comes off as, we know that these people care for Ishida, and I believe that Ishida does care for them. Now, as for Ishida and Kimura, I think that there is going to be a little romance going on there. I think so. I don't think it's going to be the girl at the boxing place. I think it's going to be Kimura that Ishida falls for. I think it's going to be one of those things where Kimura at first thinks Ishida is like an asshole boxer, and then she sees that he actually has skill, he has talent, there are layers to Ishida, and she slowly starts to respect him, and then that respect evolves into more romantic feelings. As for Ishida, I feel that as time goes on, he's going to feel or going to understand that women are not so much as a distraction from your goals, and that sometimes having other people around you can help you go forward and push you forward towards your goals, man or woman. And I think he's going to open up and he's going to let Kimura and other females into his life, and maybe something is going to evolve between him and Kimura. Who knows? Now, the artwork, like I said, this is from the same creator as Tetsuwan Girl, but we don't get that same old school historic feel as Tetsuwan Girl. It's a laid back art style, no doubt, but it is slightly more modern. It's slightly more in the times. And the way the art style is a little bit more crisp than Tetsuwan Girl. Tetsuwan Girl, I felt like I was looking at an old school movie, and it gave me that kind of relaxed, calm feel. But with Black Box, it's a lot more crisp, and it's a sports manga, so I really love the artwork that is portrayed in these fight panels, especially as we see how good of a boxer that Ishida is. And people are sleeping on Ishida. The first fight he had, the guy was saying that he was fighting in the kiddies weight class. Ishida gave him a strong hook and knocked him out the first punch. And we see Ishida fighting Morishige, and he took a beating from Morishige the first round. And everybody was just saying, oh, you know, he's a weak piece of shit. You know, he doesn't know how to box. But the fact of the matter is, Ishida is one of the greats. You know, he's one of the greats in the making, and I feel like you can't sleep on Ishida. And I feel like, as much as people like to view Ishida as an asshole or a rude person or disrespectful, we see that in a lot of these situations, a lot of these matches, Ishida is pretty laid back. In that mostly it's his opponents talking shit towards him. Most of the time, it's the people in the crowd talking shit about him. He's not talking shit about them. He's focused on the fight. He's focused on winning. And I love that about Ishida. And from a plot standpoint, Ishida is a great main character, in my opinion, in a martial arts manga, because he's not a Goku. He's not, you know, Minoru. He's not some overly optimistic, overly happy, overly good guy main character. He is blunt. He is very stoic. He keeps to himself. It isn't so preppy, and it isn't, I want to get stronger, I want to do this, I want to do that, I just want to try my best. No, he is serious. He's dead serious. He's straightforward. And I think he's a lot more darker of a main character than we see in a lot of other martial arts manga, like Kohinata, Minoru, and Sunken Rock, Hajime Ippo, I believe, and some other fighting mangas. But I really like where Black Box is going. As far as, I've only read 4 chapters. If you know where I can read more, be sure to give me that information, but I would recommend reading Black Box. It is an amazing boxing manga. I am going to be talking about Tough as well, and Tough is another martial arts manga that I love. But at some point, I think it went a little too far plot-wise. I think it just really blew up. But that's another video to be sure. Black Box is an amazing boxing martial arts manga. I recommend it. The art style is very down to earth, and it is very modern, and the plot progresses at a great pace. This is an interesting main character that we have, and as we can see, these fights are definitely going to get more and more interesting as time goes by. I want to learn more about these murders that his father and that his brother were arrested for, and I want to know more about Ishida Ryoga as a person, and want to see him open up more as time passes. This is VM. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Bye.